Hi, my name is Monique DeCicco-Jones. I'm a family health nurse practitioner out of New York State. And right now we are facing the 2020 coronavirus pandemic, and I would like to help other practitioners get online with telemedicine as quickly as possible. So first off, a site I use and I recommend, and I have been using for the last 2 years, is doxy.me. DOXY.me. It is a free, non-HIPAA violating telemedicine website. They do have different plans where you can pay, and if you do pay, you're able to get documents. You're able to send documents to your patients where they can upload them. You're able to make videos that you can put on in your waiting room while patients wait for you while you're with another patient. You can also receive money through doxy.me, and for the most part, those are some of the great features that doxy.me offers. Now, if you need to get documents to new patients, and you don't want to pay for the doxy.me service, you'd like to pay cheaper, then you can use Interfax. Interfax.net. It is a non-HIPAA violating fax service. It costs $9.99 a month, and I believe the first month, at least when I did it 2 years ago, the first month was free. It's $9.99 a month, and you receive unlimited incoming faxes. And it's, like I said, non-HIPAA violating fax service. Now, to send out a fax, they may charge you 6 cents per fax, I believe. And don't quote me on it. It's been a long time since I've sent faxes through it. I generally use my own fax machine, but I receive faxes through it. All right. Now, getting started with telemedicine, how to document as far as the 1500 form goes, how to get reimbursed for your telemedicine visit. Well, on the 1500 health insurance claim form, there is a section 24B, and 24B ask about the place of service. So, under 24B, you would document for telemedicine visit, you would do code 02, which is the telemedicine code. Now, if you do see a patient in person, under section 24B, which is at the lower third of the page, you would do code 11. That's the normal code when you see patients in person. So code 11 is in-person visits, and code 02 are telemedicine visits. Now, how do you document your visit? Many people ask me this because, you're not actually putting a stethoscope to their abdomen. You're not listening to their lungs. So how do you perform the visit? Well, first you would ascertain why the patient has made a visit with you. What are they experiencing? What is their chief complaint? If it's a cough or cold, you would ask your normal questions. If you have a cough, is it productive cough? What is the color are you bringing up sputum, and what is the color? Is it white? Is it yellow? Is it green? You would ask them to describe to you what they're experiencing. If it's pain that they're contacting you about, well, then you would ask, what is the intensity of the pain? How do they rate pain on the pain scale? Is the pain constant? Does it come and go? Where the location of the pain, all which would be documented on the progress note. Now, you would go through you would do a review of systems as you would do if you were seeing them in person. Like, for instance, you would ask them their level of consciousness, any headaches, blurred vision, dizziness, Any shortness of breath, chest pain. This is the respiratory system. Runny nose, nasal congestion, cough. You know, and they'll tell you, oh yeah, I'm coughing. I've been coughing 3 days or whatever. That's what you're documenting. And then you would move on. Abdominal system. Any abdominal pain. Diarrhea, constipation, nausea, vomiting. They may say yes or no. Whatever they answer is what you write. Then you move on to the urinary system. Any difficulty urinating, frequent urination, blood in the urine? Yes, no. And you would also move on to the integumentary system. Any rashes, any changes in your skin, dry skin, you know, and most of us, we have a background with our patients. We know that if we have a patient on thyroid medication and a patient with thyroid issues, you know, the skin part, we'd modify, you know, we know what to ask, being that, you know, you're not only going to say any rashes, but have you noticed any dryness? And you would ask them, are you experiencing any side effects from whatever medication they're on? And if you know their diagnosis, such as diabetes, you'd ask them about how their blood sugars have been, all which are documentable. You know, so you would do a regular review of systems as you would do in person. And this is when knowing your patient actually, you know, has a good impact on you know, documenting, because that way you can hit the areas that you know are their most concerns, are of most concern to them. If they're on Prozac, you'll ask them, have they had symptoms of depression? How's their, you know, with the upcoming epidemic, have they had any intensified anxiety? Things like that. But that's how we would document the review of systems. And then if, you know, because you can't document that you've listened to anything or anything like that. So we're stuck at, you know, basically documenting, you know, are they alert and oriented? You know, do they have an appropriate mood or affect? You know, how we can, things that we can visually see from a video, and we can ask them what they're experiencing and document that too. And that is basically how you would document a telemedicine visit. You know, and, you know, once again, we're experiencing troubled times, and, you know, we have to do as we can in order to keep ourselves and our patients healthy, because it's not healthy for them to sit in waiting rooms, and no one wants to be exposed to that. So this is where telemedicine actually plays a big role in healthcare and keeping everyone safe. Have a good night. Once again, it's Monique DeCicco, and I hope that this video was informative for you. Thank you. Have a nice night.